So yeah, when I was there with my amazing friend who helped me pack that house up when it was D-Day, she was like outside at night and we were getting some. I was like, take some garden stuff. There's some stuff to, take what you want. Might as well take it now. Yeah, she's quite an aware, awake person. And she was like, there's some like really weird energy. Something just really like spine tingling. Welcome to episode 4 of the Curious Bee podcast. So exciting to be recording this one with my first 3 episodes now live in the world, and so beautiful to have received such heartwarming feedback. Yeah, huge heart stuff going on. Thank you. Today it's been beautiful because of that, but also because today my property that I was in for 11 years, might be ticking over 12, being 2025, has sold. And I guess I can talk a little bit about what happened there now that it's sold a bit more openly. And the journey from there to where I am today. I moved into that property when my son was 5. My parents were up there. We'd always had a batch up in Whangaproa, so it was in Arkles Bay, this property that I've just sold, and I was in Northcote just over the bridge because my mum has been such an incredibly beautiful support in my life with my son, and she was there when he was born, and she has spent so much time with him while I worked. Like, she would have him a couple of nights a week so I could work, and yeah, she really has raised him. It's almost felt like a bit of a 50-50 job. I moved up there because they were there, as I said, and we'd always had a batch there. So when mum and dad retired, they moved up to the batch. I was like, okay, well, if I want to have mum supporting me, then doing the school pickups, you know what it's like when if you're like me, the old me, you're just trying to work and parent and attempt to be an available partner or wife. Oh my goodness, it's darn near impossible to hold all those balls in the air, especially if I was self-employed. So every single moment of the day, like, work just does not leave your head. It's so full on. Like, you don't leave work at work. Like, work, and for me, I worked crazy all hours because I was in a creative job, and when you're trying to come up with amazing work, I, being me, needed total privacy and silence, and it was off in the middle of the night. So I never stopped working. And then in the meantime, when I was trying to brew up ideas, I was so in my head, so not the particularly available mum. So coming back to the house, it's been a really interesting property. I moved in there, as I said, when Ali was 5, and the day we moved in there, it just felt off. And yeah, before that we were living together at my place, and it was fun. And I don't know, I think it was, looking back, a combination of, I've always been a, not always, just the journey that life's taken me on, just love having my own space. And then all of a sudden, we'd bought this house together, and I kind of had lost that sense of independence as me, and now it was a co-thing, and I always felt a little bit trapped. But energetically, on top of that, for me, being so sensitive, there was just something that in our relationship that, for me personally, just died that day. It's a bit sad. And as of course, we had some amazing times and beautiful Christmases, and the inflatable shark, that was a craze. And Ali was so into sea creatures and stuff, and so the inflatable shark, that remote control, that was the helium ones, that floated around these big high ceilings in this house that had a really high stud. So it was great for that. And of course we had the boat, and we did motocross, and we all had motorbikes, and it was beautiful. But for me, in the three of us, there was something constantly not making this house work for us three. No matter where I tried to put my office, it just didn't work. It was like too bright, or there wasn't enough walls, because it had big glass walls on a whole side of the house, and there was like barely any walls. I'm quite light sensitive, so I've got something called Erlen syndrome, so I'm quite sensitive to bright lights. So I ended up putting all these blinds in and trying to make this glass house dark. And then I ended up, right in the end, putting my office in a walk-in wardrobe, which was not a really nice place to be creative. There was this tug of war between bedrooms, and Ali my son wanting to have, he went through the whole, as kids do, wanting to be not too far away from me. And then this house was kind of divided in two, which was great. As he got older, it was great, because he had his side of the house, then I had mine, but I had my office down that end, and all of a sudden that didn't work. And then my partner at the time was like, well, where am I supposed to go? And it was just this crazy juggle, relationship breakdowns, and it was just something funny and off. Fast forward to December, I kept saying last year, but now it's the year before last, because we're in 2025. I'd built the garden, and I'd built that garden out of, as I said in episode 2, about my backstory, because I had to move, also having a teenager, and this kind of I just kind of did a lot of it to have space between us so I could be outside. And often he'd say to me, Mum, when are you going in the garden? Anyway, and I'd be under the house sometimes putting seeds in at night, and and he'd be up there having his music, and he loved cooking, so it was this, he'd kind of take over the house, and that was equally hard for having a partner there. And he's like, well, whose kitchen is this and whose house is this? And anyway, So yeah, when I was there with my amazing friend who helped me pack that house up when it was D-Day, she was like outside at night and we were getting some. I was like, take some garden stuff. There's some stuff to, take what you want. Might as well take it now. And yeah, she's quite an awake person. And she was like, there's some like really weird energy. Something just really like spine tingling going on. Kind of circling back, if you actually look at the history of that area, Arkles Bay, with the indigenous land of what went down there, had a heck of a lot of death, like a lot of people, a lot of Maoris lost their lives there. And then right next to my section was a lot of middens and pits, and yeah, it's quite significant land. And it's interesting because we build these houses as Europeans that aren't awake and aware, and I really believe now with this journey of understanding energy that there needs to be permission and cleansing and permission to build on that land. There's been, when people have inhabited a space, there's energy there. I think that was a really interesting experience too. And also with the garden, I always felt really, I guess being an introvert didn't help as well. Felt quite trapped. Something kind of really trapping me there. And then, the reason I built that garden was, it was the whole lockdown time, and kind of feel now looking back that I was a bit kind of sucked into, because I always said, I just want to be able to shut the gate and know I can survive. That was the whole self-sufficient thing where, yeah, it was pretty obsessive. Anyway, I'm super, super grateful to feel the energetic release from that land, and super, super grateful that I did my Reiki training level 2 just this last weekend, and we learned all about the symbols and also the distance Reiki symbol too. And just being able to now have those tools, because I've always wanted to almost have someone come and just cleanse and clear the energy from that property. I feel like that's my obligation, being what I've stepped into in this healing journey and the spiritual journey, to do that for the new owners, for the final detaching of the cords attached to me from that land and what went on for me there. And I'm glad all that went on and the breakdown that happened that made me snap and made me leave. So it's awesome. So I'm looking forward to doing that work in the coming month before the new owners jump in. Yeah, so something to think about, that, when you walk into somewhere and it feels a bit off, or you get that kind of spine chilling thing in a negative or a positive, because now I'm here in this beautiful place in the Coromandel, and I get beautiful spine chills, but they are like, just sense of like almost deja vu, like my soul's like been here before, and it has, because there is no time, right? Yeah, just it just need to start listening, and when things feel off, just trust it, like intuition is the most phenomenal thing. There is nothing more powerful than that. And yeah, love these tools. I hope as we step into this new world, it's already happened, right? That there's going to be a lot more of an awakening around respect to environment and Mother Earth And I really just wish that she was given so much more room to breathe. I see all these like asphalt roads, and I just like, oh, I just feel how suffocated she feels. Yeah, just I love nothing more than for more of us to feel that connection between the land we live on and us and Mother Nature around us and the trees, and that there's nothing more important and healing than just having that respect. So I think that might be all I have to say right now. It's going to be a little bit, it's not big, it's all good. Just doing it final. I've got a lot of stuff still to bring back, and I've accumulated a lot of garden stuff that's still got to be relocated. But yeah, yay. So nice to close that chapter, and so grateful for all the healing that happened for me, and all the things that were hard, and the shadows that came out, and all the stuff that happened. But I can now sit on the other side so much stronger and so healed. Super cool. So there you go. Over and out from Curious. Bye.